Hey guys, welcome to another game. Today we are playing Stillwater. It looks very cool. So we're just gonna start. Love the art, by the way. Oh, that's cool. Um, Break room. Oh, it's like a song. Okay. Achievements, credits. It's cool. Let's just start. This is the work of fiction. The resemblance to any real-life people is purely coincidental. This game contains depictions of horror, mature themes, violence, and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Caretaker. I'm sorry, but I can't stay here anymore, Nina. I feel like I'm going crazy. Calm down. If we can just talk it out. So many strange things keep coming at one after another. Every day there's this damn dripping sound. I thought it was just something leaking at first, but I check every faucet, every ceiling, everything, and still I hear it everywhere, constantly echoing in my ears. Please listen to me. Oh, but the water, the damn water. Water? Yes, it's everywhere. Pools of it all over my house, and every time I try to mop it up, another will appear. There's no end to it. But it's at night. At night when it comes. What are you talking about? I hear someone or something walking along the hallways at night. Maybe it's just my grandfather. No, Nina, it's not him. I thought it was, but it's not. But I've seen it. That thing. I only glimpsed at it once, but I'm more than certain that thing was not your grandfather. Ever since that night, I would lock my door and pray it would walk past my room. I don't know what's going on, but I swear it just keeps walking. Always walking on pools of water. Sometimes I hear them randomly. Their steps are erratic and faint, but I can still hear them. Just a steady pace up and down the halls. But I think recently it's no longer like that. What do you mean? Every morning I follow to see where the wet footprints lead. It walks towards something more clearly than before. It would walk down the halls, climb the stairs, and turn corners. All of it, I'd follow. Eventually, the trail would come to a stop, and it would all stop right by your grandfather's room. His room? If this is a sick joke to scare me away, then please stop. It's not a joke, Nina. I meant when I said there was something wicked going on in this house. That can't be true. I know this is a lot, but you have to believe me. I can't stay here any longer. I'm sorry, Nina. It's okay. I understand. Thank you for taking care of my grandfather up until now. And I'm sorry for all the stress I've caused you. I'll be sure to pay you right away as soon as I... Nina, listen to me. I don't know what's happening around here, but... The woman on the phone cautiously looks around, turning her head constantly back and forth, looking over her shoulder to find if any others listening in. She grips the phone so close to her ear in a vice-like grip before speaking again in a hushed tone. Something terrible is lurking in this house. I don't know what it is, but please, as soon as you get back, take your grandfather and leave this place. Leave? I can't just leave everything behind. We have nowhere else to go. Please, Nina, this place is not safe. The rumors, they're true. The curse is real. My family is not cursed. But, Nina, at this rate, you and your family will... Enough! A pause. Cold and sharp tenses strains to call as both women, exhausted and stressed beyond their comfort, try to stifle their growing frustrations toward one another. Neither yielding to the other's thoughts, only leaving anger and hurt to fester through the silence. Dang. After what feels like a suffocating stillness, Nina finally sighs heavily and responds bluntly to the caretaker. Look, I don't know what you heard or saw, but I can't just leave things like this. Whoever or whatever they are, they will answer to me. I won't let them have their way. I don't have time wasting my energy on this stupid curse. So, if you can't help me, then so be it. I'll find a way. Nina, my grandfather is all I have left. He is all I have left. Ooh! Oh wait, that's a shadow. Is that her grandfather? Dinner. 7 a.m. Oh, diner. Sorry. Amid a foggy morning, there sits a man by the corner of a booth. He drinks black coffee and, depending on his mood, occasionally orders a donut. And today, it was just a black coffee. Ugh. I swear, I've never seen that amount of paperwork in my life. A freaking mountain worth of it. You're a valuable member of our team, Hugo. My foot! I'm starting to believe that I was bamboozled into joining their agency. Hugo Laurent, age 30, takes a good look of his cup of Joe and chugs it all in one sitting. Man, that immediately, as I heard cup of Joe, I immediately thought of that one coffee machine, SMP. Or no, SCP, sorry, not SMP. SCP, and the immediate reference of that was from the Newscape Pro roleplay game. So, yeah. He then continues to grumble to himself about last night's grueling work at the office. Blurred. Office. I really need to get a different job. As he compliments his poor life choices, he looks out towards the early mist. There was something inherently terrifying about the fog to him, how it engulfs everything and nothing. Even if it disappears, it always leaves behind traces. Proof of it remaining. Even in a quaint little town like this, I can't even run from my fate, I guess. Hugo finally stares at the compiled newspaper clippings he put together. Some of them from recent events, but mainly all were past headlines from missing person cases. No matter how many times I see this, it's just as hard to look at. Fixating case after case, he couldn't help but remind himself that there is a reason for all of this. An all too personal reason. Seeing strange things comes with a price. In the end, I'm the one doing this to myself. Sounds rough. Mind if I join Kua? Kua? An annoyingly familiar voice interrupts his train of thought. He slowly looks up to the one responsible, reluctantly. Good morning, Hugo. Hugo scowls and turns away from him. He then gathers his files and shoves them back into the binder. Meanwhile, the tall man takes this as an initiative and sits at the opposite end of the booth. He greets the waitress passing by and orders himself the hefty body breakfast special with an extra plate. As usual, the waitress is happy to oblige and goes back to the counter to relay his order. The man then looks back at Hugo. He sees his empty cup and the now jumbled newspaper clippings, all the while Hugo is trying to ignore him. You really should eat something with that black You really should eat something with that black coffee. Not ordering any donuts today? I'm fine, Noah. I'm just not in a good mood, okay? Not even a little. There is a momentary silence between them before Noah disturbs it once more. Well, too bad for you. I ordered a big breakfast for the two of us. Two? As if the world could grace Noah with with an even more perfect punchline, the food arrives. Why the hell did you order for the two of us? Just eat whatever you want to eat. Don't worry about me. Wow. Muk Kang Ma Sarup. I don't know if I said that right. Right, Mihugo? Are you even listening to me? Come on. We both know that if you don't eat now, who knows when you will. And I'm not gonna let you faint again. So open wide. Noah D. Leon, age 27, a natural-born charmer. Sorry, a natural-born charmer. Is also the only person in the world who lovingly threatens him to eat every day. Aww. With a pensive look, Hugo finally gives in and eats the generous spoonful without further complaints. That's good. Right? Good food will always help cheer you up. I like him. He's cool. Damn him, I got swept away again. Oh, by the way, the chief will be out for a business trip. She mentioned it would be for a couple of days. When did she tell you this? I didn't hear anything about it. Yesterday, I think? Yesterday? She told me to sort out the cabinets yesterday. She didn't mention anything about a business trip. I guess it was a pretty sudden one. I mean, she did tell me to tell you. And lucky me. I know where you go every morning. You know what? I'm not even surprised anymore. Well, what do you want to do? Well, we technically have the day off. I'm gonna head back to go get to the office. There's a couple of boxes I didn't get the chance to sort out. In that case, I'll come with you. Why? You could just rest for the day. And pass up this opportunity to get you better, Kua? Quit it. After their enlightening banter, the two of them finish their breakfast, pay for their meals, and head to Hugo's car. Sorry that I keep on stuttering, guys. As Noah opens the door to the passenger seat, he notices a bloodhound sleeping inside. Oh, doggy! Dog! I love dogs, bro. I love dogs. Okay. The big dog stirs at the sound of the car opening and lazily stares at Noah. Oh, I'm sorry, big guy. He then closes the door while trying not to make too much noise to disturb its occupant. Colby? Oh! His name is the same as my cat! If anything happens to this dog, I'm calling it quits. At the sound of his name, he, with his heavy-lidded eyes, slowly peek to see who calls for him. It is his one and only partner, his human. As if finally realizing who he is or where he is, the old bloodhound stirs up from his sleep, pounces at Hugo, and proceeds to wag his tail uncontrollably. It's so cute. Bark. Good morning again, Colby. Had a nice nap? Aww, he's so happy because of Colby. He's so cute. Okay. Calm down. Okay. Colby, 8 years old, Hugo's most faithful and loving partner in crime, has the biggest tendency to just fall over, just sleep all over the place. Noah, who is witnessing all of this from the back seat, chuckles to himself. He is amazed and slightly defeated at Hugo's sudden surge of energy. Ha! It doesn't even matter how many times I try. When it comes to boosting up his mood, no one can beat Colby. Aww. That's so cute. I can't. That's so cute. Okay. Calm down. Oh my gosh. I love this so far. Okay. Alright. Agency, 7:50 a.m. The three head back to the office. The space is just the same as Hugo left it. A decent, organized mess. To his credit, for the amount of boxes he painstakingly went through, he believes he did a fair job. Albeit it could have been a bit better. Wow, you really outdid yourself, Hugo. Looks less crowded. Oh, shut it with you. I said I was gonna get to it. Thanks, boy. I love dogs. They're so cute. Before Hugo could continue to give dessert head pats, he notices someone. Wait, what? What did I do? Oh. A woman stands timidly peering outside from the storefront. Oh! You can use the mouse to, like, go back. That's actually pretty cool and neat. That's definitely gonna be needed. A woman stands timidly peering outside the storefront. She looks a bit frantic and even more restless with her disheveled and ill-fitted clothes, drawing emphasis to her already too visible petite frame. The woman tries to grasp the door handle several times but stops before she could touch it. Her eyebrows furrow, agitated and distressed about something. So much to the point it is preventing her from just simply reaching out for help. However, when she finally makes eye contact with Hugo, she immediately rushes in. Oh, she's so pretty! I'm so sorry. I know that the closed sign is up, but I saw you come in and Are you alright, miss? I need your help. My grandfather, Oh, she's the girl from the beginning! Okay. Before she could continue explaining, Noah swiftly cuts in front of Hugo and intervenes, an all too practiced manner. It's okay, miss. We'll hear whatever you have to say. So please, why don't you just sit right over there? Hold on, I'm going to go back. So please, why don't you just sit right over there? Noah gestures to one of the empty seats at the other side of the office. The poor woman hesitates for a moment. She clutches desperately to the strap of her purse. Her eyes focus apprehensively on them and at the gestured seat. After mulling over Noah's offer, she quickly glances back and nods. The woman then walks towards the corner of the room and sits at the edge of the sofa. Her posture is wary and tense, giving no sign of comfort for even this brief moment of peace. Can you start off by telling us your name? I apologize for earlier. I'm usually more compromised than this, but I guess I'm just failing at that too. My name is Nina Mortimer. Hello, Miss Nina. My name's Noah D. Leon. I'm one of the assistants here. That big guy next to you is our other lovely assistant, Colby. And that one brooding over there is Private Investigator Hugo Laurent. I'm not brooding, I'm just tired. And our chief is on the sorry, let me repeat that. And our chief is away on business. But I don't think we could still accommodate you. Oh wait, but I think we could still accommodate you. So, how can we help, Miss Nina? For just a moment, Nina appeared more lax, more hopeful, maybe even relieved from this warm welcome. However, she once again tenses up, the guilt and shame come rushing back to her visible by the creases of her brow as she once again realizes why she's here. The art in this is so good. Like, I really do feel bad for her. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like, yeah. I need help watching over my grandfather tonight. Tonight? Yes, I know this is a strange request, but my hands are tied on this. It has to be tonight. I'm sorry, Miss Nina, but I don't quite understand. Is your grandfather in any danger? I think someone is trying to take him away. Ooh, yikes. Take him? Miss Nina, I think you should contact the police right away. They are far more equipped at handling this kind of situation. No, they are not. I've tried requesting for their help, but They've given me the same answer verbatim for weeks now. They would send someone to watch over the manor for the entire day, but by the end of the routine, they would always report back nothing unusual. They saw no one else leaving it or arriving at the house other than me or the caretaker. And despite telling them all in detail about the letters and all the strange things that's happening, there is nothing they could do about it. But just sit around until it escalates even more. I can't wait any longer. Any more of this, then it'll all be too late. If only I knew who Lois was. Lois? She lets out a gasp. Her hands shot over to cover her mouth, realizing she had said too much so curiously. She tries to avert their gaze, but Hugo stares persistently at her. Miss Nina, who is Lewis? Are they the one causing all this? Once more she contemplates, her brows knit closely together as she bites her lip nervously. It's as if the words she wanted to say have finally died out too, heavy to even utter. A mistake she cannot take back. Before the silence stretches further, Noah speaks to Nina with a gentle and reassuring tone. Miss Nina, I know this is scary, but all the things you mentioned to us so far, no one should ever have to experience, especially by themselves. And I assure you, we'll listen all of it. I promise. Wild and manic eyes search deeply at them, trying desperately to discern any doubt or mistrust on their faces. However, all she sees are people who are willing to give their time and simply listen to her. To actually help her. That's so awesome! Okay. From this alone, Nina looks to the side where her purse is and opens it. I love all these characters so far. Tucked inside one of the pockets, she takes out a single, slightly crumpled envelope with a pigmented red wax seal pressed in the middle. At a glance, Hugo can tell right away that this letter appears to be a bit more worn out and antique. And yet, despite its delicate form, it remains well preserved, well kept. It's as if the letter itself was untouched by time forever, waiting to be opened. Grandfather had been receiving cryptic letters for the past months now. The letters didn't come with the address or the name of the sender, but this is different from the rest. This had the name Lewis on it. Or Lois? I don't know. Lewis. I'm gonna go with Lewis. As she hands over the letter, Hugo notices her hands slightly shaking. Nina is avoiding his gaze, but she knows she is trying in earnest. But before he could reach out his hand, he senses it. A faint shift in the room, noticeable to the others, but all too glaringly clear to him. There is something very wrong with this letter. Suddenly, Hugo recoils his hand away in pain, like being struck with something so spontaneously, so memorable, that even if the pain disappears within seconds, a hint of it remains. Something so akin to a prick from a rose's thorn, or more like a paper cut. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. No, I'm fine, Miss Mortimer. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Hugo stares squaringly at the cut. A thin red line starts to form slowly at the top of his index finger, trailing down and stopping just above his first crease. A red so clearly visible it's taunting. That doesn't look like a normal paper cut to me. Let me get you a band-aid. It's fine, Nova. I don't need one. But, really, it's fine. It doesn't even hurt that much. Noah takes one good look at him before sighing exapertly. What is it with these big words? I cannot read these big words. Grrr! I don't know if that was the right face, but anyway. And sitting, perstatedly and sitting back down in his chair, still eyeing on Hugo's hand. Hugo shrugs and returns his attention back to the letter, but this time, luckily, nothing happens. For it to reach all the way out here and with just a letter alone is truly terrifying. Carefully, he removes the content of the envelope and unfolds it. At first, it looks like any other normal written message. A person named Lewis is asking the other, Henry, to come meet him by the lake at midnight, needing to share something important with him. However, what's eerily striking about this is not the letter itself. Peering at the bottom of the page, a message scrawled, unlike the rest, stands visibly out to Hugo. A message that shouldn't be there. Remember our promise, Henry. Ooh, okay. When did you receive this letter? Yesterday. And your grandfather? Where is he now? Where is he right now? He's currently at the back with the caretaker. I promised them I wouldn't be out too long. I made an agreement with them, you see. Oh, what sort of agreement? The caretaker we have now agreed to watch over my grandfather, but only during the day. Before nightfall, they would leave exactly at the same time. Before nightfall? I wanted to believe that this whole thing was an elaborate scheme to scare my family away. I know this sounds scary, but at one point I thought everyone was in on it. The mail carriers, the office, the caretakers. Everyone had a hand at making our family suffer. But this one was different. Up until now, I've never heard anyone by that name. Not a relative or a family friend, but they clearly know who my grandfather is. And if I don't do something about this, I'll lose him too. Damn. Just by uttering the words alone, Nina begins to break down. The stress, the anxiety, the fatigue, all of it was finally catching up to her. Her body hunches forward, her hands pressed close to her eyes as she tries to cover the stream of her tears running down her face. As an act of comfort, Colby sits closer to Nina whilst Noah fetches his tissues for her. Aww. Hugo, on the other hand, is puzzled. She said this whole thing has been going on for the past month, but something doesn't add up. And before nightfall, I think there's more to this than she is not admitting. Whatever happened with the letter, I am more than certain. Certain that whoever or whatever Lewis is, they're coming for blood. Can I save? Oh, I can save. Okay. Let's reject the case. Because I'm curious. Hugo casts the face downward to stare directly at the ground in front of him, unable to look at Nina. The burden, the solitude, the madness, Hugo knows all of it too immediately. He suffers from the same conflicts that weigh heavily on her mind. And yet, in spite of this, it is too much for him. Like walking along a tightrope with the ground void and unclear, vast and empty and dark. So very, very dark. No, I can still do it. We can do this. Before he could respond, a distant voice so charming, so terribly commanding, blinds him at the spot. It's already too late for them, you know? Huh? No, not here. A dull yet distant pulsating sound, so rhythmic in its tune, starts its maddening melody. From the top of his crown down to the base of his skull, he feels it all present and daunting. Just let them go. Let me help you. No, I could do it if you would just let me. Snake-like hands wrap around his head so closely, squeezing over so tightly, like that he can't help but try and shut his eyes from the pain. Such a kind person you are, Hugo. Hugo tries to ground himself. He tries to remember himself to breathe. A sweet and beloved friend. To remember there are other people that care for him. The joy and warmth of their company. I wish you could have done the same for me. To remember that he is here and present, that he is. Useless. Hugo, hey, what's wrong? Tugging at Hugo's coat, Noah tries to catch his attention but fails as he notices something amiss. Hugo? There is a despondent look on Hugo's face, his eyes distinctly shrouded by a deep haze as if lost in them. He won't budge. No matter how many times Noah tries to tug or shake him, he will not respond. But for Hugo, he can hear everything. Like a paralysis he can't wake from. His body sits there motionless and detached from everything. Desperate and concerned, Noah turns to Nina and ushers in a sincere apology. I'm sorry, Miss Nina, but I don't think we can help you at the moment. If you could just come back a little later, then we can... No, it's fine. There won't be next time. Hugo winces at her cold and blunt remark. No, wait a moment. No, wait, Miss Mortimer, please. Nina stands up abruptly from her seat. She wipes away the tears quickly from her reddened face with the sleeves of her coat and looks down. Once more her tense and cold front demeanor returns to the forefront, already trying to forget and moved on. Without so much as a word, she slightly bows her head towards them and walks out of the office, not once looking back. Bad end, pulling strings. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. That's so cool. I like how they're going with this. Okay, let's take it to case. Do you want more tissues? We'll do it. We'll take on your case. For a moment, everything goes still. Their eyes and attention are slowly directed at Hugo, whose eyes have a certain glint to them, now unwavering and more determined than ever. 1 second, I need to let my cats in. Sorry, guys. Alright, we're back. Before anyone else speaks, Nina stands up, wipes away any stray tears from her face, and walks up to him. You'll take it? Hugo simply nods. Thank you, thank you! You don't know how much this means to me. We're glad to help, miss. Nina. Please just call me Nina. Well, Nina, we'll do our best. Nina smiles at Hugo and Noah in gratitude. Her eyes renew with a faint gleam, a hope that maybe things will change for her and her family for the better. However, before heading out, Nina reaches into her bag once more. She takes out a small piece of paper and a pen and hastily starts jotting down something. I best be on my way now. I'll let my grandfather know ahead of time. You'll be coming. 4970 Church Street. Also, this is my address. I'll be sure to greet you all when you arrive. And thank you again, truly. She politely bows to them and walks out of the office, already reaching into her purse for her car keys. Hugo watches from a desk and as she goes to open the driver's seat. Nina looks back at the office window and takes one last look at Hugo. She waves slightly at him before pulling out of the parking lot and driving off. Once out of sight, Hugo returns to look at his cluttered desk. Still messy, but presentable. I guess I'll have to sort these out later again. My cat Chester is on my lap. Car. 5:30 p.m. From the ongoing downpour to the quiet hums of the car, they sit in silence. Still miles off their destination, Hugo constantly checks the rear view mirror to see any passing cars. But it was only them on the road. Noah, who usually chats his ear off by now, leans quietly against the car door as he looks out to the passing streetlights, reserved and distant. He hasn't said a word to Hugo since they left the office. Hey, you're a lot quieter than usual. What's wrong? What a surprise. Have you been looking at me, Kiwa? No, you idiot. You just usually talk a lot, that's all. So, do you miss me talking? Just say it. Do you believe her story? What? Given all the things she told us, do you think she's telling the truth? Yes, I believe her. Or at least, I believe she hasn't lied to us. But, you know, I can't shake this feeling that she's hiding something. Like if she left out certain details on purpose. Also, why did she have to travel this far out of town for a private eye? Surely there must have been another far closer to her home than ours. I just don't know how to explain it. As expected of you, Hugo. Are you making fun of me? No, no, not at all. I'm just admiring your observations. I didn't want to defend Nina earlier, so I kept quiet until she finished. But her last name caught me off guard. Have you heard of the Mortimers? They're a pretty distinguished family that owned a esteemed fishing company. Well, they used to, I believe. They have yet to name a heir. What do you mean? Shouldn't it go naturally to go to Nina? It should, but I don't know. From what I heard, each time they try to make a successor, that relative mysteriously disappears. I bet it's a dead family member that I don't know was drowned by one of them or something. Gone without a trace, or so anyone thought. Their bodies would soon turn up months after. Or maybe Lewis. Lewis is this guy that that was um that was found I don't know, maybe Lewis or Henry or something, like drowned or something, I don't know. Anyway, gone without a no, cuz Henry is the grandfather, I think. I don't know. Anyway, continue. Gone without a tracer, so anyone thought. Their bodies would soon turn up months after. And you know what's strange? All of them have been labeled as accidents by the local news. No foul play, just another unfortunate loss for the family. They've been stuck with so many tragedies that over time people began to believe that they were cursed or something. I would hate for that to be in my family. Cursed. I think I can understand why she wouldn't go to the police again. They most likely thought she was seeing things and went along with the procedures just to keep face. But deep down they must have thought she had gone mad. Dang. That's not cool, man. I can't imagine all of this for Nina. And most of all, who knows what we'll find there? Is that why you decided to come with me? Well, partially. I'm more worried about you, though. Aww! Me? Why? Think of it this way. I'm the appointed driver. When you decide to do some pretty reckless shit, I'll be there to drive you to the local hospital. Ugh. Besides, 2 is better than 1. Exactly. I was fine with Colby coming with me. Oh, whoops, sorry. Well, have you heard that the 3 is better than 2? Ugh. I love their interactions. Mortimer Estate, 6 p.m. Passing through countless dirt roads and steep cliffs, the estate can finally be seen beyond the evergreen. Nestled away from prying eyes, it stands tall, magnificent, and classic. Truly a rarity only afforded to the privileged. And yet, with all its opulence, it looms from a distance. Hugo and Noah can only gaze at the sheer scale of the manor. Its grand stature topples easily over the dozens of houses they drove past. Wow, look at the size of it. I could never imagine seeing a house like this in person. It's almost too surreal. Come on, she's waiting for us. Immediately after exiting the driver's seat, a sudden pain weighs heavy on Hugo's chest. Grasping tightly at his coat, he gasps for air. His vision hazes as he leans close to the car, trying desperately to ground himself. Like a fish drawn out of the sea, he desperately heaves. The air in his lungs, escaping too quickly, burns as he feels his throat starting to strain, drawing tighter the more he breathes. But this pain pales in comparison to a feeling far more excruciating. Is it the house? No. Something far more sinister. He feels it. Someone is watching him. A piercing gaze fixed on him, like leering at a bug and waiting to strike. We'll be together soon, Henry. What the hell? Damn it, already? I need to hurry or else. Hey, are you alright? Noah calls out to him, snapping out of his fixated trance. Colby nudges his head against Hugo, whining with concern over his partner's well-being. Hugo! I love dogs, bro. Did you just hear that right now? Hear what? That voice! It was so close to my ear, Is everything alright? Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me. I'm just a bit winded out from the trip, as that's all. I'd be happy to make you tea for that, at the very least. If it's no trouble. No, not at all. It's the least I can do. Once again, the subtle uneasiness from Nina surfaces. But before Hugo could get a chance to look further into it, she walked off and towards the front porch without saying another word. Are you sure you're alright? You sounded like you were choking earlier. I said I'm fine. Besides, we're already here. We can't back out now. Listen to me. I think you should... Noah abruptly cuts his lecture short as he notices Nina stopping by the front door. She stands by the door silently, contemplating something. It's just like before, but this time she seems even more anxious. Whatever unease she tries to mask earlier becomes more apparent the minute they walk closer to the door. I haven't been quite honest with you, Detective. Just like before, as if carefully choosing her next words, she decides that in this situation, words are not enough. You'll see for yourselves what I mean. And with that, Nina enters the house, leaving the three to follow behind. Hugo is about to enter through the foyer when he feels a tug on his arm. Don't forget what I told you. If something happens, let me know right away. You'll be the first to know. And with that, Noah releases his grip on Hugo. They proceed to head in, not knowing what awaits them behind the door. Greeted with a brightly lit hallway, Hugo notes immediately that the interior is just as grand. Adorned with flora accents and antique furnishing, and the house itself exudes the word elegance. A classic and rustic charm with the walls and flooring made from the finest wood. Hugo couldn't help but gape when he walked in. However, he noticed something even more distant than the splendor. Behind the seemingly perfect veneer, an unsettling air wreathes throughout the house, leaving no room for doubt that the inside is far more terrifying than the outside. Please come this way. Bracing themselves, they enter the dimly lit drawing room. At first glance, Hugo could not discern the silhouette situated at the far corner. Only the sparse lighting from the window pierces through a fraction of the room's darkness. However, as they approach to the silhouette, Hugo now understands the reason for all of Nina's unsettling vagueness. Grandfather, we have guests. Sitting on the armchair is a very young man, not much older than Hugo or Noah. He is dressed modestly and shares none of the imposing presence of the manor. No, rather, such luxury does not even remotely reflect on the man before them at all. It's as if the flow of time had stopped only for him, while the rest had continued changing drastically without him. Just like the letter of timeless, delicate, and jarringly out of place. Staring only at the window, the young man sits there, dazed with little acknowledgement of the people around him. Still motionless, like a doll. Grandpa, these are the people I spoke of. This is Detective Laurent and his two assistants, Colby and Nova. They're going to help us. Even after introducing them to the head of the Mortimer estate, Hugo and Noah could not help but feel unnerved. The man before them is supposed to be a frail and older than any of them, and yet here he remains, forever unchanging, forever young. They've came they've come a long way, so I'll be making tea. Would you also like some, Grandpa? He does not reply back, nor does he glance at Nina or anyone else in the room. Only fixates his gaze on the rain, nothing else. I'll be sure to make a cup of tea for you, too. She then timidly gestures to Hugo and Noah back to the foyer. Bearing more questions, the two follow Nina outside. But before they could leave the drawing room, Hugo takes one last look at the young man. There is an all too familiar air about Henry Mortimer. His eyes are similar to his own. Whatever he must be longing for, Hugo knows it will never end well. Interesting. Nina, that man... Yes, he is my grandfather, the one I asked you all to watch over. I know this is hard to believe, but Nina draws something from her pocket. It's an old photo of a handsome man with slicked back hair, wearing the finest of suits. The gentleman in the picture has a different air to him, one of wealth and power, none of which reflects at all at the current Henry Mortimer. It's almost as if looking at two different people. There isn't much to go by, but believe me, they are the same person. Then why does he look so young? It happened a few nights ago. I was on the way to get a cup of water when I heard a loud thud coming from my grandfather's room. I was worried that something fell over, so I went to go check. When I opened the door, I found him collapsed on the ground. I rushed to help him up, but when I did, he looked so different. He wore the same clothes that my grandpa wore that night. And his face, I recognized his face. He looked younger. So many things were rushing through my head at that moment, and yet I knew he felt familiar to me. I know it sounds bizarre the more I talk about it, but that's what happened. That was also the same night I found that letter. It was next to him, already opened. I'm sorry again for all of this. No matter who I went to, they either said something was wrong with me or my family. With everything going on, maybe they're right. The pools of water, the letters, Lewis, and now this. I've been ignoring the signs for years and just blindly hoping things can get better if I try finding solutions on my own. But that's not enough anymore. Maybe my family really is cursed. No, they're not. Curses aren't real. Detective? I think we easily get too involved into believing that sort of things exist. In truth, the ones who fixate on it make it their reality. Rumors, doubts, lies, and all those things are what they want to become real. Deep-rooted emotions like that can't possibly be healed or fixed right away. But like a curse, these emotions drag other people down with them. Personally, I think you were cut up in all of this. But I assure you, we'll see this through. For you and Mr. Mortimer. Thank you. Good. Aww. That's so sweet. Now, our first priority is to find more about Lewis. Nina, the letter you showed us back at the agency, do you have it with you? Ah, yes, it's here. Do you mind if I borrow it for a bit? I'll be sure to give it back. Of course, but what are you going to do with it? I've searched everything on that letter and I still couldn't come up with clues. I'll be using it for as a reference or a guide, if you will. But I'm afraid I can't discuss too much of the process, trade secret and all. Of course. I'll check upstairs, Noah, and you and Colby can check the ground floor. Got it. Before they leave to do their own investigations, Hugo grabs a hold of Noah's shoulder. He leads in close enough for Nina not to hear. Keep a close eye on Mr. Mortimer and Nina. Especially Nina. I don't want her to be dragged any more than she already is. So whatever happens, keep her safe. Hugo, you... Fine, but remember to yell for me, okay? I know. Thank you, Noah. I'm counting on you. You too, boy. With a final nod at them, Hugo then goes downstairs to the staircase and heads upstairs. Noah stares at the moment longer at Hugo's back before he disappears into the first floor. He then turns to look at Colby. Well, that's time we get to work. Right, Colby? Doggy. Investigation start. Okay. Let's save. And what do we do? The objective is to look around the area for objects to proceed to the story. Use the arrows or arrow keys to move to a different area. Outlines will appear on the clickable object. On the right hand is the hint object button. Click it and will highlight an object you missed. That's so cool. Mr. Mortimer still sits motionless by the corner of his room, his gaze never leaving the rain. Woofy woof! Why is everything wrapped up? Okay, I don't think anything's there. A large bookshelf stands close to the entranceway. It contains a couple of photo albums and a few phone books. So we can't open the wardrobe. Phone. An old rotary dial phone. It looks like it's still in good use. A delicate arrangement of violets and white roses. They seem to be fresh and fairly new. Okay. I think that's all here. Nothing. Oh! Frames decorating the walls are covered in white sheets veiled with a thin lining of dust on top of each one. Wow, there are so many paintings covering the walls. Are there more like this all over the house? Yes, my grandfather commissioned many back in the day, but sadly he doesn't do any of that anymore. You know, I can't help but notice the paintings are covered. How come? I did that. I covered them up for my grandfather's sake. For his sake. Yes, he was pretty obsessed with them, you see. There were times he would mutter to himself and would just stare at the paintings for days on end. It worried me so much that I had to cover them all. Since then, he hasn't stared at them. He just sits quietly looking outside. I see. About the paintings, I also noted that they have all a similar theme. They all had water in them. I know this isn't just a coincidence since you've told us all before, but if there's anything you know, anything at all, then please tell me. Now what, can I ask you a question first? Sure, go ahead. Do you believe in mermaids? Mermaids? I don't suppose I do. Why? Casting her gaze to the floor, Nina anxiously fidgets and tightly clasps her hands together. She then briefly sighs and continues. Well, there's a story, or rather, more like a fairy tale, that my family has passed down. A fairy tale? Yes, well, it feels like one to me. It was about a fisherman who fell in love with a mermaid. Every night and every day and every night, he would go by the shore to gaze at her beauty. But one day she just vanished, leaving him confused and heartbroken. Determined, he would sail many seas for a chance to see her again. Sailing from coast to coast, new lands beyond and back, he would go. Not long after, fortune followed him all throughout his journey, and made him one of the most wealthiest and highly respected in his village. However, despite all the wealth he gained through his travels, he never found the mermaid again. She would only be a dream, nothing more. And that's the end of the story. It doesn't end happily, but I guess there was a lesson behind all of it. I never understood it. What do you think happened to the mermaid? I know it's an exaggeration, yet I can't help but wonder. It's hard to say. I just feel bad for both of them. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of sad endings. If it were me, I would wish this fisherman and the mermaid could see each other again. Or at least, that's what I think. Even if they weren't meant to be with each other? Yeah, I think so at least. I wouldn't want to imagine anyone going through the journey all by myself. It's hard being alone. A journey all by yourself. Mortimer Estate, 11:30 p.m. After searching vigorously through each of the rooms, he knew his findings would eventually lead him here. This is it. Hugo walks towards the nearest lampshade and switches it on. Dimly illuminated, he sees the extent of how lavish this part of this house is. From the customized window drapes to the vintage furnishing, everything here exudes that extravagance. But much like the interior Hugo has seen so far, he finds this one in particular reeks of it. Plastered from wall to wall, a gloom lingers. It's as if the room itself is moldering, despite its preserved nature. Wow, okay. Let's look at the chest. A classic wooden chest lies at the foot of the canopy bed. Its lock still firmly held, safeguarding whatever is inside. So we're looking for a key. A meticulously organized set of academic books, ranging from non-fiction to geography, are all on display. However, hidden away behind the vast collection are children's family fairy tales, all carefully kept. Interesting. Scattered pieces of paper are all forgotten, lie waiting on the cold floor. Heavily etched markings are found scrawled all over the papers. A pristine pearl white tea sits patiently by, untouched and unused for quite some time. A leather-bound journal sits at the edge of the table. Its pages are torn out so haphazardly that the binding itself is starting to fall out. Suspicious. Atop the fireplace, unbelmished and unmarked by time, hangs a curious and familiar painting of a beautiful woman floating on water. Oh, that's so cute. An old photo of a lost time, a sweet summertime memory of a little girl and with her beloved grandfather. I need to hurry. I don't want to stay here for too long. Mortimer Estate, 11:50 p.m. He searches and searches, and still there is no sign of Lewis. To Hugo, even if there is a fragment, a singular thread to that person, to their real shelves, he could find them. But there was nothing. Not one thing pertaining to him. The chest! Look through the chest. Get a key for that. It's as if a thought of Lewis barely exists at all. What is going on? I clearly sense that presence from before, but it's gone again. Damn it, I wish I just had more time. No. Calm down. It has to be here. I just need to focus. He ponders again, retracting every step and every little detail, hoping that he overlooked something. Yet all he knows is that that one tangible thing that connects him, that tethers so closely to the space, and most of all to Henry, is the letter. Words of promise of love, all delicately etched onto a page, but tainted with a powerful and dark emotion that has been festering for too long. Tainted. From the very start of this, Hugo believed that whoever Lewis was, they were the ones responsible. He thought that he could find them and convince them to stop their haunting for good, to bring them peace and move on. However, that isn't the case anymore. The unnatural force that binds everyone so closely together in this family is not the cause of an angry spirit. No, it's far more devious than that. As he takes the letter out from the envelope, he notices a change within. Bearing no foreboding threat at the bottom of the page, it just looks like a regular letter, or rather, what it once was. A sad and tragic love. If you can't come, that I understand. Things have gotten more complicated with your mother ever since she found out about us. Right? I'm sorry, Henry. For everything. It hurts to see you so torn up like this. I would never hurt you or drag you along with me. If this is to be our farewell, then can I ask you one last favor? Can you keep my locket? I know this is selfish of me, but I'd like for you to have it. I'd be happy to know it's safe with you. My heart will forever be yours, Henry. With love, always, Lewis. So this was a true letter. A small warmth emanates from the paper, wrapping closely around his fingers, quiet and soothing. The fragment Hugo was searching for. Lewis, I'm sorry. You were also a victim in all this too. Please, if you can hear me, I need your help. Without warning, the sound of a click can be heard across the red room. As if something unlocked itself. The chest! Hugo turns his head towards the sound and sees the chest. Yes! Unlike the other furniture, its dark and rustic features have not been maintained well, left to rot on its own. Suddenly he stops at the sound of a voice, a sweet voice whispering to him, beckoning to him towards the fireplace. Come here, my dear sweet boy. Let's save. What if we don't go to the painting? Wait, no, wait. I'm kind of curious. I want to see. Goes to the painting. There, mounted by the fireplace, is a painting of a beautiful woman floating on water. Her pale skin is incandescent, brilliantly prominent against the contrast to the dark, murky waters that keep her hidden, bound to keep her bound to the canvas. Hugo stares intensely at the picture, and empathic sorrow swells within him, disarming his very senses and forcing him to inch closer, surrounding himself to the sweet song. Siren? This is really reminding me of a siren. Poor thing, how lonely you must feel. You are a lot like him, like Henry. As Hugo approaches closer and closer to the painting, his mind screaming the run. He sees it. He can finally see beyond the facade the lady portrays, for what the painting truly is. But don't worry. I can take away that sadness. A deformed creature, a mermaid, floats above the surface, the voice whispers. Large, hollow eyes stare back, boring deeply into his eyes. Her skin is melting, bleeding heavily for this black ichor as it gushes out of the canvas. Some of it starts to hit not only the floor, but at Hugo as well. The black, vicious tar clings persistently onto him, unrelentless as they continue to pile up, and then he feels it. What drew him initially to this thing. A long sense of longing rushes through him, snuffing out what little control he had left. Finally embracing this nature, to come home. Take my hand. Without hesitation, Hugo reaches out his hand while his body leans in closer to the mermaid. She grabs and pulls him in. Not once looking back as he dives and follows after her, returning to nothing. Bad ending beyond the painting. I'm gonna assume that when it talks about a mermaid, it's talking more about a siren. Did that not save? Okay, yeah, it did. Wait, no, wait, what? Huh? Load. Okay, here? No. Yeah, wait. Yeah, here. I won't let it get... Yeah, this is when I chose to not go to the painting. No, stay focused, Hugo. I won't let it get to me. Preparing himself, he heads towards the chest and opens it. Inside, scrambled together, are bunches of notebooks and small trinkets. Hugo continues to rummage through when he stumbles across an old newspaper's article. Young man found dead by the lake. An unidentified young man was found the morning of XXXXXXXXX, 3 days prior to his death, according to the police. As ruled as a suicide, police have claimed that the troubled youth drowned himself. This certainly is a tragic loss, an unfortunate event indeed. XXX comments. No claim of his body has yet been made. Yet. Lewis. By the corner of Hugo's eye, he spots a bright glint buried beneath the clutter. He reaches for it. A locket of brilliant gold shines unblemished, retaining a timeless luster. Inside, it safeguards a picture of a young man with glasses smiling brightly. This must be the locket that he was talking about. It's so pretty. I'm surprised it still shines like this. In this picture. Did he put this here? No, it might have been Henry. But why would he store it away like this? What should I do? I'd say we take the locket. I should probably hold on to this for now. Take it to him, please. Lewis? A gentle but distant plea echoes in Hugo's heart. A forgotten ache of yearning and regret grips him deeply. Feelings not of his own start to rise like small ripples on a pond, wanting to be found again and remembered. Don't worry, I'll bring it to him. I'll make sure of it. Hugo is about to put everything back into the chest when he feels a wet and cold sensation crawling up his leg. What? Water? A pool of water relentlessly spreads across the floor, already seeping into the chest. Damn it, no! Suddenly, the lights shut off. A scream is heard, followed by a myriad of shouts. Hugo is about to call out to Noah, but stops at the slight sight of a pale feet before him. Looming over him stands a tall and ominous figure. His face is shrouded in complete darkness, devoid of any human emotion. It appears as a young man, but Hugo knows that is far from it. No, this very thing is trying to imitate a human form. Trying to be human. Hugo can only stare back. Paralyzed with fear, he is forced to watch the horror as it slowly creeps towards him. It's just like before, the sensation of someone staring at him from within. But this time, it's drawing nearer. It's inching ever so closely. The words to call out to Colby or Noah fail to reach out. Lodged in his throat, he struggles in pain, with his breathing shallow as he tries to force his body to move. Then he stops, looking down at Hugo, filled with nothing but malice and contempt as it speaks. Don't get in my way. All of a sudden, the door to the bedroom slams shut, and the entity disappears. The tension from his body finally releases its agonizing grip, and he gasps desperately for air. His vision blurs and his breathing is haggard. He staggers towards the door. He yanks the handle several times, but is slightly jammed. Fuck! Noah! Colby! To his dismay, he is only greeted with silence at the other end of the door. Damn it! From a distance, he faintly hears the sound of Colby's relentless barking as it gets further away from the house. Hugo rushes towards the window. He tries to pry it open, just like that door, a heavy force prevents him from doing so, like being underwater. His movement slow and drawn out, as if being dragged down by that thing. Fuck this! Frantically looking around the room, he spots a nearby chair. Without a moment sooner, Hugo grabs the chair and starts to strike at the window. Bit by bit, the window cracks get larger with each blow, splitting it off the smaller pieces. What the hell is this thing made out of? Still trying to catch his breath, he musters all the strength he has left for a final blow. Damn you! Just break already! Clearing out the remaining glass shards, Hugo peers his head out to the ceiling, any railing he can grab hold of. However, he discovers instead that the wall adjacent is covered in ivy. Despite how heavy the rain has drastically become, he reaches out for it, grabbing a handful of vines. Carefully, he climbs out of the window, gripping tightly and making sure he doesn't lose his footing. Yet, to his luck, the patch of vines he clutches starts to tear away from the wall. Out of desperation, he struggles to find his grip on another, but fails when his hands slip out of reach. Shit! Clamoring wildly as he loses grips on the ivy, he crashes and lands down onto a thicket of bushes. Air forced out of him, he heaves uncontrollably, trying to even out his breathing. But even that is laborious, and an immense pain spreads across not only his back, but his entire body. God, I'm getting too old for this. Although his body screams out in pain, he forces himself up. There is still time. I can do this. I have to do this. With staggering feet and haggard breathing, he makes his way to the place where it all started. To the lake, where this tragedy starts and ends. Lake. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Finally, entering through the park, Hugo calls out to Colby and Noah. Colby! Noah! Where are you? He hears faintly the sounds of barking and echoing of people yelling in the distance. He rushes towards the echoes, guiding him through the downpour. With his heart racing and blood rushing to his head, he finds his way to the lake. Drawing closer, he sees Nina giving chase to her grandfather. Unfortunately, she doesn't get too far, as Noah stops her. Grandpa, stop! Grandpa! Let me go! My grandpa, he's... No, Nina, it's dangerous. You'll get hurt too. I don't care! I don't want to lose anyone anymore! And it's at that instant, Hugo trudges against the water, pursuing Nina's steed. Hugo! No, don't! Please falls deaf to his ears. Not even the whines and worries cries of his partner could make him turn back. Determined, he forges ahead. Nearing the deep end of the lake, he sees Henry Mortimer, gazing deeply at the abyss. He looks even more frail and disheveled than before. It's as if his life he's lived up until this point has become the fray, draining every ounce of himself and surrounding it all to the lake. Before Henry could lean in, Hugo reaches out and tugs at his arm. Mr. Mortimer, listen to me. Nothing is waiting for you down there, so please come back to the shore with me. Motionless and unresponsive, he stares deeply into the water. The haze over his eyes is obscure and persistent. There are so many things we cannot afford to lose in our lives, and you are one of them. To Nina, you are all that she has left. She needs you, Mr. Mortimer. Hugo felt it. A slight jolt from Henry's arm, as if stirred by the mention of Nina. He slowly turns to face Hugo. Nina. However, just as cruel and violent as the storm, Henry jerks back, wrenching his arm away from Hugo's hold of him. No, this is all my fault. If only I'd gotten to Lewis sooner, then none of this would have happened. He was waiting for me. He was patient with me. And yet, For all of the things he's done, I chose my family over him. He's gone because I didn't pick him. Henry backs further away from the shoreline. Mr. Mortimer! His manic eyes never straying from Hugo as he keeps his distance away from him. Louis, I'm sorry. I was the one who dragged you into this. You deserve so much more. I wish... Hugo struggles over his words. He clasps tightly to his shirt, his throat dry and taut from all that he was bottled up, from all that those repressed and silent years of just waiting for this curse to finally take him. I wished I had gone with you that night, Louis. Sir, even if you still covet that list, it wouldn't resolve anything. Not for you or Louis. I read what he wrote to you those years ago. He understood if you didn't want to come and see him. But the thing is, Mr. Mortimer, Louis never thought anything less of you. He said so in his letters to you. His letters. For the longest time I wanted to believe that he hated me for that, resented me for that choice. Or at least, I thought it was easier for me to think that way. How long has it been since I talked about him? It's been too long, sir. But that's why you don't have to shoulder all that pain by yourself anymore. We can talk about it. About you and Louis. All of it, together. Hugo extends not only his hand to him, but a promise. A promise that Henry had yearned for so long. A way to forgive himself. He hesitates at first. What fool believes in a deserved forgiveness? Such a thing doesn't exist. And yet, despite everything, Hugo still reaches out to him. To a stranger. Maybe he can be forgiven. Just as he was about to reach out for Hugo, a hand slithers around Henry's instead. Its arm unnaturally contorted around him, while its head perches on his shoulder. This thing. This Louis is no longer pretending to be human. With piercing, cold eyes, it glares directly at Hugo, mocking him, cursing him, wishing nothing but despair. We can be saved? We can be forgiven? There is only one true way out of this. I will share with you the most happiest of endings. Before Hugo could reach out for Henry's hand, he disappears into the water. Mr. Mortimer! Without hearing the anguished cries and desperate pleas, Hugo dives in after him, into the abyss. So, don't take the locket. Got it. Oh wait, there's still got more. Plunging into icy waters, Hugo feels shocks running rampant throughout his body. Like spikes continuously piercing from his legs to the tips of his fingers. Fiercely and unyielding. His chest tightens and his heart races as he begins to kick his legs. Hoping whichever way he goes, he'll find his way to Henry. Swimming deeper and deeper in, he sees a faintly figure slowly descending into the darkness. As he finally gets closer to Henry, a long snake arm stretched across the void and grabs Hugo's neck, violently squeezing all of the air out of from him. He tries desperately to wrench its hands away. But with each struggle, Hugo's movements begin to weigh heavier and heavier. Louis, where are you, Louis? It's looking for Louis? Dipping Digger into his coat pocket, he grabs tightly in his hand the locket that Henry kept and had long forgotten, holding it out as it shines ever so brightly in the dark. Ah, there you are. It releases its grip on Hugo and instead reaches out for the locket. Taking this chance, he drops the chain and kicks with all his might to grab Henry's arm. With his heart and body screaming in pain, he swims desperately to the surface. Almost there. I just have to. As the light from the surface begins to blur, Hugo makes one last attempt to reach for it. With his limbs worn out and energy spent, this is all he can do. before he loses consciousness, he notices a figure swimming towards them, getting closer and closer. And then everything fades to black. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Drifting along with what feels like an endless sea, Hugo courses through wave after wave, not knowing where he's going or caring for that matter. All he knows is that he's very, very tired. How long has it been since he's had a good night's rest? It's been too long. Maybe I should take that rest now. I'd like that so much. Agree. That you deserve it, but not here. I'm sorry for startling you. I just wanted to see you for that one last time before I go. Lewis! You've done so much for me and Henry, and I can't thank you enough. No worries. I wanted to thank you too for watching over me. And also, I wanted to apologize for my remarks from before. I really thought that I had things figured out once before I found you, but you know how that turned out for me. It's alright, really. After all this time, I didn't think anyone could hear me. Especially Henry. Lewis. I was worried about him for a long time. He always wanted to keep me away from his personal struggles. To keep me safe from them. But I was too stubborn for my own good. Honestly, I don't regret it. Any of it. Even if I could no longer reach out to Henry. Fate weaved its thread back to you, our tangent, connecting us once more to this very moment. And for that, I am forever grateful to you, Hugo. You're welcome, Lewis. From a far-off distance, Hugo hears a voice crying out to him, beckoning for him to return. Well, they're waiting for you. I guess they really are, huh? Take care always, Hugo. You too, Lois. Oh, it's so sweet! Like, question mark. With his eyes closed and his senses still returning, he feels the constant tugs and licks of a certain bloodhound. Whining as he tries to wake up his partner. Hugo! He also hears another familiar voice, too annoyingly close to comfort. His eyes shot up right open. He jerks up. Confused, Hugo looks around before coughing up the remaining water in his lungs. Are you alright? Noah starts to pat his back while Colby continues to whine over Hugo. Well, what happened? Where's Mr. Mortimer? He's safe. So is Nina. They're both okay. The police and ambulance should be arriving soon. Oh, thanks goodness. Isn't there more you have to say to me? Instead of, thank goodness, I swear, you don't listen to a damn word I say. I'm sorry, Noah. Exhausted, he lets out a sigh. He then continues to pat Hugo's back, aggressively, when someone approaches them. Detective Laurent? Oh, hey, Nina. There's someone I want you to meet. Behind her stands an elderly man. Frail in stature, he timidly looks to the side pensively as he ponders himself. Although his youth had long faded, his eyes are what catches Hugo's attention. They're no longer a piercing and vicious green. Only eyes just like Nina's. Hello, Mr. Mortimer. Detective. I never got the chance to say goodbye to him. I always thought about it every day. What if Lewis lived on in this world? What if he stayed a little longer with me? It's because of that constant mindset I dragged everyone down. And I kept hurting not only me, but Nina especially. I was the one who kept hurting her. The one to blame for all this. But you, someone that I've never met, still went out of your way to save me. Not knowing the burdens or my faults. Thank you. Hugo reaches out to Henry and smiles brightly at him. It's my pleasure, sir. But before he lets go, Henry tugs at Hugo's hands one last time. I hope that one day you too will overcome it. sweet. I love this. The next day, 8 a.m. Well, good morning, Hugo. You're bright and early. Morning. With much fervor and haste, Hugo resumes writing it on his notepad. Although, by closer inspection, he looks like he's about to combust at any moment. Are you writing the report? Without looking up, Hugo responds back. Yeah, for the most part. You still need to write yours, too. I will. But since I hadn't had breakfast yet, and I don't like eating by myself. They're so sweet. Let me guess. 2 is better than 1? Bingo! Wow, Hugo, you're really catching on. I'm so proud of you. Ah, shut it, will you? I swear, if only I hadn't fallen off from the goddamn window, maybe my report would have been shorter. Before Noah could begin to cut the bacon, he pauses at the mention of Hugo's report. Oh, yeah, by the way, mind telling me what happened to the Mortimer's window? I broke it. Well, that's obvious to me. What I don't understand is, why is it broken? Do you know how much it costs to repair a window like that? I know, it was really dumb of me. I'm sorry. Besides, I told Mr. Mortimer about it before we left. Honestly, I was expecting an earful from him. And also the bill. And, surprisingly enough, he said it was okay. Lucky us, right? So what? You just called it a day after all that? Thank you so much, Mr. Mortimer. You broke it. You pay for it. Would you chill? Of course I'll pay for it. But each time I kept insisting, he just shrugged it off. Said that we already went through a lot for him, so nothing was in comparison. Ugh. You know what? He's right. After all we went through, we deserve at least a nap. But before he could walk away, he stops and sees a familiar person walking towards the storefront, carrying something with her. It's my girl! Hey, good morning, you two! Just barely a foot through the door, a certain bloodhound stirs up from his resting spot and makes his way towards Nina, tail uncontrollably wagging. Ah, good morning to you too, Colby! Nina scratches behind one of Colby's ears, making his right foot as unconsciously move on his own, scratching an invisible but desirable spot for him. Good morning, Miss Nina. Morning. What brings you here this time around? Is everything alright with your grandfather? Yes, he's doing pretty well, actually. Even better than before. We talked so much last night. I hardly slept at all. But honestly, it's been a while since I last spoke to him so freely like that. I already felt tired at all. That's wonderful to hear. Ah, but there's something else that I wanted to ask you, the both of you, for. To put it bluntly, I need your help. If the two of you aren't busy, I would like some company eating these. Inside a clear plastic bag are a stack of 2 boxes placed on top of one another. She opens the box on top and reveals a colorful array of neatly decorated donuts, all lined perfectly. No cramped or squished spaces. A work of art in Hugo's eyes. Wow, so pretty! The donuts? They look so delicious! We're more than happy to eat these with you, Nina. Aw, he likes donuts. There he goes again with his donuts. Ah, but yes, please join us, Miss Nina. We were about to have our breakfast too. Weren't we, Kua? Anyway, always so brazen in front of others. You do make it exceptionally easy for me. Look. Exactly my thoughts, Nina. You both have such a great chemistry with each other. On second thought, I'm way too tired for this. I'm going to have to apologize in advance for this, Nina. But truthfully, I've been running on last night's coffee, and I'm about to pass out any minute now. No worries. Honestly, I think a little break time sounds like what we all need right now. Thanks. Hugo puts down his pen and proceeds to head out for the couch. Colby follows after him. Would you like to join us, Nina, Miss Nina? I would love to. I guess we save these for later then. Yes, please do. Now, come on, it's nap time. Noah sighs heavily before setting down the food on his desk. He then gestures Nina to the sofa, in which she happily takes his offer and joins them. Oh, it's so cute! This might be my new favorite game. Ugh, I'm getting old. I mean, you are old. Shut it. This is really nice. Aw, good boy, Colby. Come here. Nina quietly coos him and begins to scratch at the back of Colby's ears once more. Hugo leans a little closer to Noah, his voice above a whisper, but close enough for Noah to only hear him. You know, I'm glad you came along yesterday. Oh, what's this? Are you getting chummy with me now? Call it chummy or whatever, but I really mean it. If you hadn't saved us back there. Look, I told you before. I'll be there whenever you get yourself into reckless shit. Besides, didn't you say this was nap time? Get some rest, you deserve it. You too. A calming silence fills the room as they bask under the morning glow. No big parties or celebrations. Just each other's company and sharing this small reward. A small, warm comfort. Good end. Case closed. Ah! That's so cute! I love this! Okay. Let's go see what'll happen if we didn't take the locket. I think here. Leave the locket. I think it's best to put it back for now. Hugo hears a distant and faint cry call out to him, pleading him to take the locket with him. Lewis? Hugo is about to put everything back into the chest when he feels a wet and cold sensation crawling up his leg. This is the same thing. Same thing. Yeah, same thing. Wait, I think this is different. Hold on. Hugo could only stare back. Paralyzed with fear. Okay, yeah. It's just like before, the sensation of somebody staring at him from within. But this time it's drawing nearer, inching ever so closely. The words to call out to Colby or Noah fair to reach out. Lodged in his throat, he struggles in pain. With his breathing shallow, he forces his body to move. Then it stops. Looking down at Hugo, filled with nothing but malice and contempt, it speaks. Yeah, this is the same thing, I think. Don't get in my way, yeah. So, this is the same thing. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Yeah, so we're to the lake. He rushes towards the echoes, guiding him through the downpour. With his heart racing and blood rushing to his head, he finds his way to the lake. Drawing closer, he sees Nina giving chase to her grandfather. Unfortunately, he doesn't get too far as Noah stops there. Grandpa, stop, Grandpa! Let me go, my grandpa, he's... No, Nina, it's dangerous. You'll get hurt too. I don't care. I don't want to lose anyone anymore. It's at that instant, Hugo trudges against the water, pursuing Nina's steed. Hugo! Don't! Please fall death to his ears. Not even the whines and worried cries of his partners could make him turn back. Okay. We've already done this. Determined, he forges ahead. Nearing the deep end of the abyss, he sees Henry Mortimer gazing directly at the abyss. He looks even more frail and disheveled than before. It's as if all the life he's lived up to until this point has begun to fray, draining every ounce of himself and surrounding himself to the lake. Before Henry could lean in, Hugo reaches out and tugs at his arm. Mr. Mortimer, listen to me. Nothing is waiting for you down there, so please come back to the shore with me. Motionless and unresponsive, he stares deeply into the water. The haze over his eyes is still obscure and persistent. There's so many ways there's so many things we cannot afford to lose in our lives. And you're one of them. To Nina, you're all that she has left. She needs you, Mr. Mortimer. Hugo felt it. A slight jolt from Henry's arm as if it stirred at the mention of Nina. He slowly turns to face Hugo. Nina. However, just as cruel and violent as the storm, Henry jerks back, wrenching his arm away from Hugo's hold on him. No. No, this is all my fault. If only I had gotten to Lewis sooner, then none of this would have happened. He was waiting for me, was patient with me, and yet for all of the things he's done, I've chose my family over him. He's gone because I didn't pick him. Henry backs further away from the shoreline. Mr. Mortimer! His manic eyes never straying away from Hugo, as he keeps his distance from him. Lewis, I'm sorry. I was the one who dragged you into this. You deserve so much more, and I wished... Henry struggled over his words. He clasped tightly to his shirt, his throat dry and taut from all that he has bottled up. From all of those repressed and silent years of just waiting for this curse to finally take him. I wish I had gone with you that night, Lewis. Sir, even if you had still covet that wish, it wouldn't have resolved anything. Not for you or Lewis. I've had enough. Oh, this is different. Lewis is waiting for me. He's waiting for me to come home. Before Hugo could reach out for Henry's hand, he disappeared into the water. Mr. Mortimer! Without hearing the anguished cries and desperate pleas, Hugo dives after him into the abyss. Plunging into icy waters, Hugo feels shocks running rampant throughout his body, like spikes continuously piercing from his legs to the tips of his fingers, fiercely and unyielding. His chest tightens and his heart races as he begins to kick his legs, hoping whichever way he goes, he'll find his way to Henry. Swimming deeper and deeper in, he sees faintly a figure slowly descending into the darkness. As he finally gets closer to Henry, long snake-like arms stretch across the void and grabs Hugo's neck, violently squeezing all of the air from him. He tries desperately to wrench its hands away, but with each struggle, Hugo's movements begin to weigh heavier and heavier, water filling into his lungs and his vision starts to blur. The cold numbness spreads. Tired and motionless, he watches on as the abyss draws near, swallowing him, embracing him. Let's share this happy ending together. Ooh, that's so scary! He feels nothing. His body weightless and floating for who knows how long. It's cold, so very, very cold. How long has it been since he felt this? The empty feeling of just not being here or anywhere. It's cold. It's comforting and nostalgic. Maybe, just maybe, this isn't so bad after all. I think this is for the best. Oh no, it's far, far from over, Hugo. After all, you said so yourself. Seeing the things you could do. Seeing the things you do come with a price, right? And, oh, what a hefty price has been paid for you and your stupid little blunder. So get up, Hugo. We are far from having an empty ending. Hugo! Hugo's eyes shot right open, his vision disoriented in a blur. He tries to focus on Nora's voice. A violent tide bursts within him as he coughs out the remaining water in his lungs. He could feel Noah's hands rub against his back, anchoring him and checking to see if he's alright. But deep down, there's nothing far more concerning to worry about at this moment. Where's Mr. Mortimer? I'm sorry, Hugo. I tried going back into the water after I fetched you, but the paramedics stopped me. They told me it was too cold and too dangerous to head back in. No, it can't be. I'm so sorry, Hugo. No, please, God, no. He couldn't hear the rest of it. His body trembles as his hands clasp tightly together in a fervent prayer, wishing for a miracle to happen before them. To have Mr. Mortimer return to them finally safe from harm. Before the silent wish, the small and glaringly impossible wish, no one could answer. There was no kindness in the sunrise. Only the gut-wrenching wails of a woman by the shore pleading to any god who could save her grandfather. But no matter how many would try to search through the water, they wouldn't be able to find him. For there was no one left to save anymore. Just a washed-up, forgotten tale of a man and his mermaid. As Hugo tries to stifle his cry and soothe a lump lodged deeply in his throat, he hears it. A laugh. A cruel and heartless laugh echoes from across the lake, mocking him, cursing him. A harrowing and merciless victory for this curse. A curse. It was a curse after all. A bad ending, a mermaid's tale. So damn! I like this. It's not what I usually play for a horror game, but I liked it. It was very good. I think I got all of the endings. I think. No, I got 5 out of 7 achievements. Interesting. What else can I get? Makes me wonder. I have 2 more endings left. I wonder what I can do differently. Okay. Let's go then. We could probably skip ahead. Load. No, wait. Load. Let's go to Q. Case. Take the case. I'm really curious. Like, I mean, it's a siren, right? Not like a. It's well, mermaids are sirens in equivalence in some stories, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. So that's interesting. I'm kind of confused on the story, but I mean, I kind of get it. It's a very good game so far. I really do like it. I'm really curious on what the other endings would be. Like, what else can I do? We go through. Maybe it's something like I have to, like, maybe I missed something that I could click while inside. Or maybe it's something I have to do, like I shouldn't click something. But that kind of makes me question because it doesn't start if you don't click through everything unless there's a certain object that you can't touch. Or like that you can touch that will make you go through a different part of the story. Which makes me wonder what'll happen. Oh, what if we didn't go through the note, but we grabbed the locket? So, like, it would be a different story, because we wouldn't be able to tell Mr. Mortimer about, that we read the thing, but we did go through the, I guess I have to go look at them. Go through the, what's the word? I don't know. I don't know what I was talking about. I always forgot. But this is a very good story. They did a very good job on this. I think it's a little bit more mystery rather than horror, but I mean the idea of a story like this happening in real life would be terrifying. So let's just go through everything except for. Okay, wait. Maybe I shouldn't have gone through that. Let's just go through everything except for the journal. Like, maybe it's just that I have to go through. And then this, and then... But, like, I don't have to go through the journal, maybe? I mean... I don't know. Is there anything that I could go through here? I mean, I didn't see anything. Oh, maybe, like, okay, so we go through this. And we go through the letter. Okay, is there something we can do with the painting? Because we go to the painting. No, because they don't give us a choice there. So, don't go to the painting. We go to get the locket. We can choose to take the locket or not. So, what if... We take the locket. But... I feel like it's just gonna be the same thing, though. Okay, maybe it's something at the start, because I don't think it's any of this. Let's go to history. No, wait, not history. Options? No. Skip? No. I don't know what to do. Load? Let's just go to the beginning. Like... Here. No, not there. Load. We go to the start. Where's the start? Where we meet Miss Mortimer. I mean, not Miss Mortimer, Nina. Let's see. Do I not have it saved? I guess not. Okay, let's just go to the wait, no, wait. I just clicked out of it. Good job, me. That's interesting. In the dead of the night. There we go. That's the one. So, maybe we're supposed to die in that ending. 'Cause the creature did let us go. But we... But we survived. So, maybe we're supposed to... Sorry, I'm trying to get up the game. But it's taking a little while than I expected it to, for some reason. Probably because my game is trash. Not my game, my computer, brother. So, okay, start. We go to the front. We go to, start. And we skip through most of this. I like that they have that option. Okay, and then we take the case. Skip. Skip. And then it brings us to where we look around. So, what all do we need to look here for? I have a feeling we're just gonna have to go through all this, because that's probably just all we have to do. Is there a way that we could not look at him? Like, is there just something else that we could do to make a cutscene? The cutscene? Where we don't have to look at that and Mr. Mortimer? There doesn't seem to be any white anywhere. Asides from Mr. Mortimer. So, I mean, I guess that's all we can do here. Okay, we looked at him. And then we go to the mirror. And then we go here. And then turn off the skip. Yeah, okay, whatever. So let's just save here especially, because this is probably the spot where we can change our course. So what if we just go straight to the painting? Because I feel like that's what we need to do. No. I can't turn off the skip for some reason. Anyway. How do I turn off the skipping? Grrr! Okay, whatever. Maybe it's the arrangement that I have to do it in. Or something. Or are we able to have a choice between not dropping the locket or dropping the locket? Because I don't remember. I don't remember very well. Why didn't I drop it? What am I missing? Oh, wait. Here. There we go. Right, so we go through this. No. No. Skip. We don't want to continue skipping. Don't go to the painting. Skip. Take the locket, but what if we don't give it to him? Oh, wait, no, it's the same thing. What? Okay, I'm confused. I need some help here. This is the last ending that we're gonna get, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit, because this is the last ending, so surely it would be okay. We're just gonna look at some, like, just how to get there. We're not gonna... Okay. Pulling the strings, reject the case, mermaid's tail, read the locket, don't go to the painting. Case closed, beyond the painting, and then, oh yeah, where it all begins, I think. Wait, no. Wait, yeah. Where it all begins or something. Save one, take the case, enable object highlight by pressing question mark. Click all highlighted options. Save to, go to painting, beyond the painting. No, that's not it. I'm confused. I'm so confused. What? Which one's the one that that I don't have? It's, let's see. No. It was, if we can go to option, no, not options. No, not options. Why did I click that again? Um, where can we go to the main menu? Where's the main menu? Options. We're gonna go to options. No, we're not. Why do I keep going there? Which one, where do I go? Load? I think? Or no. You know what, skip. Hold on, what was that? Oh, the dog, okay. So, okay, we go to the menu. We got descending. Wait, Hugo's apartment? Huh? Wait a minute, what? I didn't see this before. Okay. Maybe I skipped too far. Maybe I just skipped too far. Hugo's apartment, 12 a.m. It's already nightfall when Hugo and Colby arrived back home. Hugo, already too tuckered out from the remaining assortment mess he left behind for himself, lazily sheds off his coat and shoes while Colby heads straight towards his bed. Making his way through unloaded boxes and cramped spaces one by one, Hugo strips down his outside clothes and switches to a regular shirt and sweatpants he found laying around. He plops down onto the couch with his head laid back and eyes closed as he lets out a heavy sigh, releasing all of the tension left in his body. Another day and gone. Done and gone, right, Colby? Beside him, he hears faintly the rhythmic, delayed breaths of his large companion, who is already falling deeper into sleep. I wish I could go sleep quickly like you, buddy. He gently pats Colby's head. Good night, Colby. That's for today. Thanks for today. Hugo does one final stretch before he repositions himself to lie down on the couch, tugging at the blanket by his feet and wrapping it around him. His body begins to relax as his breathing falls into a similar cadence, him finally allowing the warmth to gather and hug him closely, all snug and safe from the draft by his window. As he begins to slowly drift further and further off to slumber, he feels something. A slight chill and grazing just above the base of his neck, never touching him, but distinctly present all at the same time. Although his senses are too dull and lax to properly focus on this sensation, he does, however, huddle closer to the blanket, hoping the chill would go away. Suddenly, he hears the front door to his flat shut sharply, so harshly that it's as if someone or something had rushed in with enough force that felt that the room had shaken a little. Now Hugo is wide awake. He tries to get up and face his intruder head on, but stops to realize one terrifying thing. He can't move at all. The warmth and comfort from the blanket he felt moments ago ceases to be. His own body locked in a deep slumber, leaving behind his very conscious to be fully awake, to be deathly afraid of this overwhelming presence. He struggles to move the muscles from in his face, trying desperately to call out to his partner to get his attention. Colby. But despite his efforts in uttering his dear companion's name, he is met with no response. In fact, he cannot hear or feel Colby anywhere near him. Just a raging, erratic tempo of his heart drumming in his ears as he lies there defenseless, vulnerable, all at the mercy of the sting. And then he hears it. The sound of feet dragging across the wooden floorboards, dragging closer and closer and towards him. No, not again. He wants to run. Run far, far away from here. Run till he feels the fiery tempest within him burn his lungs, leaving him scorched and choking on ash. Anywhere but here. He shuts his eyes tightly and begins to steady his uneven breathing, hoping that whatever this thing is, he can wake from it. He has to. However, everything comes to a halt when he suddenly feels that same chill once more, but this time lingering all the way his back, persistently hovering over him. He knows it's here, standing near to him. It's unbearable. His breath hitches as he feels this intense prickling feeling, a hand hovering so closely above his head he could feel it. He wants to cower. Oh, dude, my PC just... Guys. Sorry, my PC turned off. I have a time limit. I don't know why it's fully black here. Hello? Okay. 1 second. I'll finish this game and get to bed. Wait, no. Uh, 1 second, sorry. Trying to remember it. Oh, there we go. Got it. There we go. To hide forever, but he can't. The frightening thing that has been following him, stalking him, haunting him for years, but will not rest until he gives in his own curse. All of a sudden, his phone rings. Like a spell lifted off from him, he can move again. Hugo's eyes dart straight in the direction where the presence should be, hoping to chance a peek, just glancing at the thing that haunts him. But there stood no one. Only the moon shines reflected from the window shades, piercing through the shadow. His eyes shot once again at where Colby should be. He found his phone, the bloodhound, to be there, alert by the sudden ringing of his phone, and also at Hugo, who looks more disheveled and winded out. He takes a deep breath, steadying his heart as he takes the phone in his hand and answers. Hugo, I'm so sorry to call you so late at night. I forgot to ask you about the festival that's coming up in a few weeks. I was wondering if you'd like to come with me. I know you said you don't really care for outdoor stuff, but I promise you it's going to be a lot of fun. Hugo, are you there? Yeah, sorry, Noah, I'm here. I guess it's a no, right? No, I mean, no, to your, no, sorry, I'm a mess. What I meant to say was, yes, I would like to go with you for the festival. Ah! That's so cute! Okay, oh wow, I'm a bit surprised but happy nonetheless. Well, I don't want to keep you from your hard-earned rest, so I'm gonna end the call. No, wait, Noah! Hugo, are you alright? Can you stay a little longer on the line with me? It's so cute! We can talk about anything, I just, need a company right now. Of course, Hugo. I can stay on the line with you. Thank you, Noah. You know what I was thinking about? A dangerous pastime for sure. I was thinking, maybe we could just move in together. And now you're back to your brazen safe. Well, wonderful. What? Doesn't it sound like a perfect plan? I can cook, Colby loves me, and I'm good looking. See, a perfect package all in one. You really don't know when to quit, huh? Nope, not at all. I can be quite stubborn, remember? Without a doubt, the most stubborn man ever. There was a momentary silence between them before the pair fell into a fit of laughter, filling the room with this warm and bright feeling. Hugo melts back into the warmth of his blanket, letting the heat of pool once more around him, surrounding him, protecting him, to remind him that he is here with people who love him and accept him all the same. A reminder, a comfort in the darkest night. so good. I love this. It wasn't a horror, or it was, but it was. I feel like that was a very good game. It was very, very nice, and I really liked it, and it was super awesome. And I want to see another game of this, like a part 2 or something. Like, this was a very good game. If the creator made a few more games, like, I would love to play it. Like, I'm actually gonna check real quick if they made other games, because this was awesome, and 100% would love to play another game by them. Right, okay. So we're gonna look at their account. Hold on, I'm gonna show my screen so that you guys could see what I'm seeing. Not that. Display capture. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's bring you over to the game. We're gonna look to the game page and then to the creator. What will happen in the old game jail? More information? Author, Studio Clump, I think. Oh, they did make another story. Somebody stole my lunch. Interesting. This looks cute. Okay. Well, I'm kind of sad they didn't make another part 2 of this, because this is like, there's so many unanswered questions for me. Like 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 what was the curse that he was building up in? Like, what was he so upset about? Like Hugo, like what was so troubling to him? And why did that thing, why did, I forgot what it was, but like the thing that, stopped him and, like, didn't kill him, but like, let him go, and unlike Mr. Mortimer, what was that thing? Like, why did that let him go? And, like, why did he, like, I don't know, there's just so many unanswered questions that I just need! Okay. Creator of Stillwater, please make a part 2, if you can. That's my one thing. 10 out of 10 game. Absolutely loved it. This deserves a 5 out of 5 rating. No half. Alright. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you all have a good day, and good night. Or good morning.